my name is Kate Holcomb, and I have been doing research on the effects of texting while driving. With today's rapidly growing society, everyone is linked by technology, such as cell phones and other communication devices. Who hasn't observed someone swiftly moving their fingers text messaging from cell phone or even done it themselves? Concerns and issues start to begin when people are texting and not paying attention to what they are doing elsewhere. So what happens when that same person is texting while driving? Texting while driving is a high risk factor. Most people feel the need to text and drive because they either have a need or an obsession with texting, or they're just bored. The only reason I see fit to text and drive is if there's an emergency. Texting while driving joins a long list of distracting tasks that people try to do while behind the wheel. When cell phones first came out, it was convenient to call people while driving. You could easily update a loved one on when you might be home, or make a long business call on long commutes. However, with the rapid growth of society, they quickly became a problem for motorists when other drivers started using them as well. In most cases, they require one hand to hold the phone and the other to steer. In doing so, it takes most of your concentration from driving to the phone conversation. According to CVN newspaper, using a cell phone while driving can reduce brain activity associated with driving by 37%. This naturally lowers reaction time and has been a factor in many accidents. Texting is a distraction because, unlike talking on the cell phone, people need to see what they're typing. The cell phone has them looking away from where their attention should be focused, the road. It only takes a few seconds for something critical to appear in the road. It could be something as normal as a car in front making a sudden turn, a pedestrian crossing the street, or a sudden slowdown in rush hour traffic. Something a person looking down at their cell phone, texting, could miss. It all happens so fast, it's usually not an exaggerated expression when it comes to texting while driving. Edgar Snyder and Associates did a poll not too long ago and found out that in 2009, in the US alone, 5,474 people were killed because of accidents that involved distracted driving, such as texting. The percentage of people either texting or manipulating their mobile devices went from 0.6% in 2009 to 0.9% in 2010. Teens are at the highest risk factor when it comes to texting while driving because of their little knowledge behind the wheel. Teens in the US now send or receive text messages on average of 2,899 per month, while more than half of these are apparently being sent from behind the wheel. Teen drivers are 4 times more likely than adults to get in car crashes. 43% of teens confessed of sending text messages while driving. Of those killed or injured in crashes, nearly 1,000 deaths and 24,000 injuries included cell phone use as a major distraction. 9% of drivers in the US text or email often while driving. When teens text and drive, it results in unpredictable driving behavior, such as weaving in and out of lanes, speeding up and down, and also increases the chance of hitting pedestrians or running into other vehicles. Now I would like to show you a video. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I just want to show you an idea of how fast texting and driving could end you up in a world of trouble. Okay, texting while driving injures people. In 2008, a poll carried out by Nationwide Insurance showed that 81% of the respondents admitted to using a cell phone while driving in a vehicle, despite being aware of all the numerous dangers. Whilst going through the data of use on cell phones while driving, you can't help but notice that the problem has reached epidemic proportions, with thousands of people either losing their lives or getting severely injured in such accidents. Risk of collision increases by up to 400% when talking on a cell phone while driving, and nearly 80% of collisions involve some form of driver attention, like distraction, fatigue, or looking away. In one study of 100 drivers, cell phones were associated with the highest frequency of distraction-related events for crashes or near crashes. Using a cell phone while driving is equivalent to having a blood alcohol concentration of 0.8%, which is the legal limit in most states. It also reduces brain activity associated with driving by 37%. Although 35 states have passed laws banning texting while driving, the number of texting while driving increases every day. There are many ways to prevent texting while driving. In many areas, laws were made so that fines could be issued to people caught talking or using their cell phone without the use of a headset. Headsets allow both hands to be kept on the wheel. However, we're still back to square one, the availability of text messaging. Many people take the time to send messages while behind the wheel of their car, posing a much greater risk to themselves and other drivers. First, you have to realize there is no valid reason to text and drive. It is a danger to the person doing it and everybody around them, on the road or not. It only takes a fraction of a second to lose control of a car or go off the road. So either turn the phone off or wait till you reach your destination to text. So, what have we learned today? When you text and drive, it takes away your concentration on the road and impairs your driving skills. It takes your eyes away from the road and causes a person to not pay attention. Many states are banning cell phone use while driving due to a high rate of accidents involving cell phones. When you use a cell phone while driving, it draws your attention off the road and lowers the ability for you to be paying attention to what's happening. So, I hope you've learned a lot from my speech, and I hope you'll think next time before you get behind the wheel with your cell phone. Thank you.